Hey guys, my name is Sidiac and welcome back to another episode of Transport FIFA 2, where we are building a big, beautiful mega city. Now this is episode 3, you guys seem to love the first and the second episode so much, and in the second episode, last episode, what we got set up was our kind of construction material industry run, which now feeds the second goods that's required from Foolstown to continue to grow. Now that has been a huge hit, and both the food and the construction materials are now giving Foolstown an 80 to 70% boost, depending on when the delivery comes in, of its city growth, and it's absolutely amazing. The charts are now skyrocketing, boys. They absolutely are. And we also implemented a little bit of public transport as well, which has created some destinational boost here and give us an extra 50%. So we're slowly starting to expand. Now in today's episode, we're going to connect Foolstown up to its first additional city. A first city that we're going to probably build just over here, and we're going to link a train line going towards it to create more connections to grow Foolstown, because the way that you grow cities in the game is to increase the percentages on all of its stats. These ones here go against us, these ones go for us. And we can definitely increase the destination one. The destination one, this one, is the biggest one we can improve to gain us the most amount of residents. Now, I gotta, technically, as much as I'm trying to grow a mega city, I've got to slow down on the expansions because I need to get all my infrastructure implemented at the same time. Now, I've been thinking about this for quite some time, and before I get into it, I just want to say, if you are enjoying the series, smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new, so you get notified when more episodes do come out. So, I've been contemplating for a long time right now about how I'm going to do the train layout and systems. I'm in two minds. On one side, I want to do it as if I was playing a normal game and kind of do it as if I was doing any other normal city. And on the other side, I'm like, I want to build it very unconventionally, just so I can maximize the network, the coverage, and the city's growth. And because I'm building a mega city, I'm going to have to do stuff that is considered not normal to what you would do in normal cities. So what I'm saying is, guys, the train line I'm about to build right now is going to evolve into something wild, okay? We're going to treat the train line as if it is a perimeter road. Yes. Now, my idea is if I have a station on all four sides, and each side, so if I have a station here, the train line goes that way. Have a station there, the train line goes this way. Have a station here, the train line goes this way, and obviously one there goes there. So it kind of spirals off in all its directions. Then what I do is I hook up all the train lines to create a little bit of a mini loop. So while we have the buses crisscrossing on the ground, we have a train that can do a full circle, which theoretically would also be the link between all four of these lines sprawling out to 4 additional cities. And then as the city grows further out, I add more stations to this line, and I eventually build a second perimeter train line going around. That's the idea. It's very unconventional, but I'm trying to maximize the growth of this mega city, and I feel like it could be quite a good idea. But to kind of get to that point is going to take a lot of work, and we're going to start with our first train station. So I have thought about it. And there's not really any good mods that can give you underground subway lines. Now, there is a few, but I've tested them and they're really, really buggy. So, I was going to plan on doing subways because it reduced the amount of emissions. My other two options are trains on the ground like normal, but that takes up a lot of space where buildings could be placed, thus limiting my growth. And the other option is elevated. Now, I've worked with a lot of elevated train lines in the past, guys, and they're actually pretty good because it allows buildings to grow underneath the lines, even if we go across them and over the top of them. So it kind of crawls back a bit more space to kind of gain a bit more population. So let's give it a go. We'll test it here and see what it's all about. So I've got these elevated passenger stations. The only downside is you can't do elevated cargo, but that's fine by us. Now, how many tracks do I want? I'm thinking we could go 4 or I could go 6. This ultimately gives us space for additional trains and growth coming in, and it just kind of covers us from day one. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got to figure out where the additional road coming down is, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and plan it out where it's all going to be divided. So, looking at this then, let's see. I've got to find the center point. So, if I picked you, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we should have a 4th one there. So, that road, if I just extend this road a little bit further, that is my center road there, which going up here, if I extend it further, that's my center road to the city. Okay, if I bring it a bit further as well, there we go. It makes it easy for me to understand. Now, where's the center road here? So looking at it, if I went there, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This, even though it doesn't connect all the way down because it gets blocked there, that's my center road here. So bring you down this way. Now, that road being blocked there won't always be blocked, because as we kind of progress and change things and build better systems and stations, we'll eventually move that as time goes on. So that makes this the center point to our city. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, if I was to go across there, a 88 meter looks like to be the focal point. So if I go across here, an 88 meter is the center piece to all of this. So if I run this now all the way up, like that, and then run this all the way down. Right, that's going to be pulled out a little bit further. Bring this down to there. That is my centerpiece, boys. My centerpiece. So I've got to get my train station to go across this, because that is the center bit there. And then buildings either side for connection to maximize, like I said, its connection. So if I'm going for something like this, how big do we go? I think that is a reasonable size for us. That is definitely a reasonable size. And I've got to try and figure out the central point of placing this down. Now, this is the hardest bit out of all of it. So, actually, before I do anything, let me just check. Place platform roofs. We'll do high speed. It makes no difference to us. Now, height is 20. I can make it 25, which then it doesn't delete any other buildings. So, the higher I make it, the bigger the buildings can grow underneath, is what I'm technically thinking. And is this perfectly aligned central? I'm trying to run it down the side here. It's a bit tough to find out on there. We'll do no pillars, and I think we're going to be good to go. So if I just randomly place this for a hot min there, and we'll see how central that now is. So I don't think I'm going to get it perfectly aligned. Ooh, it's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? I don't know if it looks slightly I don't know if it looks... I feel like it looks slightly crooked, doesn't it? So if I put it back in by 1, and then ultimately try and get it centered again, which is really difficult to view it on a central location. But we're going to go here, and we're going to drop it down. How's that look? It's not too shabby. I could probably do a lot. I could do a lot better with that. Right, 3rd time lucky, boys. 3rd time lucky. We'll go here. Right, I have to now accept its placement. There we go. So from this, we've got elevated stations which do connect down, and they do attach to the road, and that's all I really care about. So these are elevated stations. They're like elevators. That's literally what they are. So I can attach one there and then one there. And we can put one here and, of course, one there. Now, what that does, puts it in all 4 corners and acts as our stilts to support it. And look at the kind of the coverage it already gives us. Not too shabby. Now, where it doesn't reach is where the buses pick up the slack to deliver the people to the area. Not too bad, boys. Not too bad. Now, if we've got one there, I'm going to try and replicate the other one on this side. Now, would that be a bit too close? Because going down there and then having one here, would that be deemed a bit too close? Let's find out. If I rotate this now all the way around, and is that even... It's very difficult to see if it aligns correctly. Because in my head, that's not aligned correctly. Now, neither is that. So it's either one or the other. You know what I mean? So I need to now get the roads up and find my 88 space. So 88, which is... Right, let me just double check what it was again. $88 and then 21 at the end. But I don't think you're going to get that 21 here, are you? $88. Run that down. Oh, all this precision right now, guys, is already giving me a headache. It really is. Right, and then we're going over this. So, if I can get this smack bang just right as well. And it's looking about there. It is slightly off-angled, isn't it? There's not really much I can kind of do about that. And then place... Oh. Oh, okay. So it needs to go over a little bit to the right. For the ultimate placement of the elevator systems. No. Damn it. Right, that one's fine. Why is it that one's fine? Right. Is this one going to be also third time lucky as well? This one might be third time lucky as well. So, no. Right, that goes in, that goes in. For some reason, that one doesn't go in. But I can... That's really annoying. I mean, I've also got this variant as well. Why is it that that one might not go in? I think the whole thing's slightly wonky, isn't it? Let me delete one more time and try again. Let me just kind of now... Yeah, there we go. We'll switch it to there. Right, this is 4 times now, boys. If this is not aligned properly, I'm going to cry. Oh, I'm going to cry. It's just that one corner. This... Oh, no, that one does... Oh, okay. I'm a bit too far over. Right. 5th time is a charm. 5th time's a charm. Right, that works. That works. That works. Oh, snap. I mean, I've got it perfect. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can also place these down to increase the connection. Right, let's not mess about. And I just want to see if this kind of makes sense. So from there to there, it is very, very close. And also, it's 1, 2, 3 squares. 1, 2, 3 squares. So on this square to this square is where we bend it in. They're very close, and obviously we'll have one there and there, and that will be the inner loop, just to kind of get things rolling. But their main purpose is to spread out to other cities. So theoretically, what we would be doing, and we'll keep it to high-speed train line, and then we'll try and select you. And I would like it not to be... And how do I keep it to the same level? I don't want it to dip down or anything like that yet. We'll keep it there. Bring this one out. Like that. And then do the same to these. So I can get right into it. That should stay the same level. That should stay the same level as well. So they go to their own towns, but eventually I will then set up a line, which will be the inner line that comes in and bends into it. And I can bring other lines coming up that kind of bend into that way as well. Nothing's stopping me from doing that, and that going straight over to kind of continue. So there's multiple ways in which I can kind of utilize these. Now, you might be looking at this and going, they are pretty close. I'm going to have another one here and another one there. It will create a mini inner loop. And because each station goes to its own city, once I create the loop is the ability to transfer passengers from line to line. You see where I'm going? I mean, I could, if I built a town there and a town there, have the train line do a complete UE. That's fine. But like I said, I'm doing stuff very unorthodox for the purpose of maximizing the city's growth. And that means doing stuff like this. So I want to keep it elevated for as long as I physically can at the moment, because theoretically, I just don't know what the true expansion is going to be for the town. So if I just keep it going, because I don't know how far this town's going to want to expand. It might expand further past where I'm currently at right now. We just do not know. We actually just do not know. And that's the wild bit about this, isn't it? That is the wild bit about this. So I reckon then, now I can tell already it's going slightly to the right, but you know, there's not really much I can do about that. I'm not going to be pin perfect, if I'm being honest with you. Now, if I just get this now to come down to the ground, like that, and then bring this down like that, I want to find out, does it make sense to build the town, then build the station, or build the station and the road and then place the town down? I'm going to experiment here because I've never, ever, ever done this. So, for example, if I got a station here, for example, if I got a station there, and let's say I made it a bit longer, yeah, everything all looks there normal, place you down. If I then say, for example, just to maximize the coverage, I'm on elevated there, aren't I? Passenger buildings, bam, bam, bam. We replicate exactly what it's like on the other side. There we go. We got a train station. Absolutely glorious. Now, if I was to build said road, so if I was to go from here across, for example, go to there, go a bit further down, and let me just kind of get to here. So I'm going to try and create a grid. There to there, that goes to there. Right, I've created a very, very simple grid around it. Now, does it make sense now just to drop the city on top of it? Is the question. Now, what we can do is we can say it's going to be I could say it's also going to be a large city, just to kind of, you know, I'm not too bothered about these. I can say it's actually going to be a huge city and just let it kind of crack on. But I want to experiment first. So if I say the commercial is going to be food, industry, construction materials. I mean, I can just use the same goods really to grow it if I really wanted to. And if I place it down on it, okay, it does build off it. It does build off it, which is quite interesting. Right. Glorious. Glorious. And if I get the train tracks right now, and we just bring these out. Now, I don't care about these cities, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I really do not care for them and how they grow and what they do. They're just purely there to give Fool's Town, right, places to go, connections, so we can utilize it. And we can inflate Fool's Town's percentage numbers. That's all I really care about. Right. Keep that going back to here. And does the speed limit change at all? It doesn't. So that kind of is a big benefit for us. I have a feeling I've done it on the wrong side. Yeah. Wait, hold on. We go underground here? Since when? Since when? Well, that's the downside of kind of playing around with elevation changes. It's kind of funny though, isn't it? It is kind of funny. I should have seen that coming. If I'm being honest with you. I should have seen that coming. Right, that is the left side. Too much slope? What are you now talking about as too much slope? I mean, theoretically as well, I've got to delete this road. Right, there we go. Continue, continue, continue. Oh, I also got the auto signal mod as well. For those who let me know in the last episode. I still don't quite know how I use it. I've got to figure that out. I'll figure it out in just a moment. Right, does this... I'm not sure if this is going back up or down or what it's doing right now. But we will now continue. And the longer it is sinking down, isn't it? Right, if I build in smaller stages, I think we get away with the land change. Or at least I think we are getting away with it. I don't quite know if we are or not. So I think I'm going to delete to there before it does touch down. And bring that up. And this now is just purely snapping to all of this. So there is no way I can mess this up. But saying that, I've messed it up in the past doing it like this. Well, I thought there was a split in the train tracks there. I was going to say, maybe I have messed it up. Maybe I have. All right, there we go. So last thing we're going to do then is just the basic stuff, okay? I'll crisscross it here just in case there is a potential that we are utilizing all its stations. And so we can kind of filter them in this way. But as of right now... Oh, that one's free goods. How is that wanting free goods? Editor. Can we pick none? Food. It requires double food. Right, there we go. There we go. So we've got a line leading in, which is quite interesting. Now, yes, it's floating and it drops down dramatically like that, and it is what it is. But we don't care, okay? As a city grows, there'll eventually be another stop here to add to it. And then if we get something bigger, we build a second perimeter going around for the stations. So it's going to be quite interesting how this evolves. It really is. Now, by doing this, I'll get the first station all up and running, the first line all in. But by doing this, it's going to transform our bus routes, because now I want to reposition the bus stations and bus stops because theoretically it doesn't make sense at the moment. I've got to make them now more efficient. So if I spin this way quickly, and then tracks lead you into there for just a hot min. Which side of the tracks are we on? I think I've got to make it go this way if we treat it as if it drives on the left. Maybe. Who knows? Who actually knows at this point? We'll get these connected now because it's going to be quite important to see where we do our crisscross. So if I bring you to there for just a min, to see where this runs into there, and then I've got to do it before. Oh no, I'm not doing it like that, am I? These are dedicated. Ow, no, I'm deleting buildings underneath. We'll cross that bridge at a future date, okay? We'll cross that bridge at a future date. So, new line. Here to here. Oh, but I will need to utilize a crisscross anyway. So let me just build one here and here. Right, I've got to figure out then, guys, how this auto signal mod now technically works. Hold on, what's going on here? Have I messed something up? Yeah, I slightly did. I picked the wrong ones. I need to figure out how it actually works. If I go to the Steam Workshop real quick, and if I quickly grab where it was, I didn't particularly read what it said. So I'm not 100% sure what buttons I've got to toggle. So, with the mod loaded, also option, show menu, so it's shown in the menu after placing the tracks. Do I have it enabled is the question. It could be that I didn't have it enabled. I'll have to double check that. So, place a track. Oh, I can fix the slope. So where is... I don't know if I enabled it. I might be stupid right now. Let me just save the Mega City. And, no, I do have it enabled on the Mega City. It's there. So how do I do this? I should have checked this out before doing this. So with the mod loaded, there is an auto sig option in the signal. Oh, hang on, I misread that. Am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. Right, auto sig. Yes. Spacing every 500 meters. So what would be the correct way to do it? So if I put you there. Okay, do I have to do it the other way? So if I went, for example, this way. Where's the others? Is that it? It just places one? Oh, or is it to this connection? Okay. I mean, that is amazing. That is amazing. But obviously, I've got to fine-tune it a little bit. Right, that was so much quicker. Guys, I appreciate everybody who let me know about this mod. I appreciate you all right now. That is now... Okay, it's going to take me some getting used to, but that's a game changer. That is actually a game changer right there. Right. There we go. And it's done. It's done, and it's quite perfect. Nice! Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, so... Let's buy a train. And first and foremost, we are pretty much all up and running. So we could go electric. I don't know how many people we're going to be able to transport from the get-go. So, yeah, we're going to go electric. Let me do it by running costs. I just want something cheap and cheerful. I'll go for this one. It's only 3.2 million, 99 people. I can't see us transporting that many people straight away. So let's just throw that on there for now. Which will be line 9. Change it to green so we can see it. Right, that is our first one. That is our first one. Now, before anything else happens now, we're at 50%, 1,000 destinations, okay? 1,000. Now, what I want to do is I want to slightly reconfigure the buses. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to have one that runs alongside a road of the train station. That's going to be quite important for us. So, let's see. We've got this one here, the 1, 2, 3 gap. Because I don't want to do, because this one runs here, as you can see. I can't put it there and I can't put it there. They're too close by. So if I move this one in, and then that one in, there and there, then there's a 2 gap. Where that one's only going to be a 1 gap if I put it there. So if that's there, there's a 1, 2... Ah! That'll be the same gap. So move these in by 1. And then build one on the outer side. Right, got it. I think I've got it. So... So, let me just quickly extend this. So go up to 88. I mean, I know they're all not perfect, but it will all do. It will all do, boys. Down to there, because that's where my next station is going to go. And where my bus route that I'm about to build is also going to go. Which also means I can extend the other 2 lines as well to go that tad bit further. But I've also got to build something going down here real quick next as well. So delete you. For the next station at the same time. So we'll go 88. Right there. Zoomy out. Snap down, run this going all the way down. So that station, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. We got it, boys. We got it. This is going to be a nightmare now to sort out. So, do I get the stations set up first, is the question. Maybe. Maybe. There's actually already people going over here, which is crazy. Has that changed its thingy yet? No, but we're about to close 1,000 people. That reaches the majority of the city. Did it pick anybody up, that train going back? It's got 6 people on board. Interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, let's build the stations first. So, buildings, elevated, spin you right round. And, oh, how did I do this? So, it's not that length. That's why. It's a 160. I was going to say then, that's a little bit long for my liking. And now, how many attempts will this one take me? Is the question, boys. Is the question. So, if I go there. And then the elevated passenger buildings. You're not okay. Okay, so we got to go back a bit more. It's either back or rotati. I might go for a rotati. Like that slightly. Alright, edit. Still no. Right. Seniac, you gotta go back, boy. You gotta go slightly back right now. Alright, there we go. That's slightly back. That is now slightly back. Oh, not far. Okay. Okay, you want to play these games? Surely that is fine. Okay, please. Oh, hang on, I might be a bit too close here. No, we're all good everywhere. Right, that one's in. That one's in, boys. And just so I know what's going on with the tracks. Get rid of all the upgrade there. Bring this out. As far as we can. Raise it up. I wish it said the heights that you were raising it. So I could then notice kind of raise it to 25. You know what I mean? So that goes out that way. That's going out that way. One more. And then that gives me the ease of the visuals of knowing how high. Where I place the buses. What am I talking about? How high? Right. Spin you. Right. Bam. Didn't even check. Didn't even kind of do anything right there. Is it perfect? Bam. 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 Oh, look at that. First time, boys. I'm a pro now. I'm an actual pro in doing this. Don't talk to me, guys. I'm a pro. Don't talk to me ever again. I'm so pro. Right. And... alright, that's snapped in. And then bring you out. There we go. Right, so we've got the 4 stations on either side, which will lead to 4 individual cities to begin with. And it's set up quite nicely for us to eventually then create a loop and also run over it and then run to the right. So left in, over to the right. So we've got all the connections there going in. So this should work out perfect on each section in each station. Right, let's sort these buses out then. Let's sort these buses out. Now, do I build an extra grid after each one? That might help us out a bit more as well with the extension of these lines. Because that then goes bam, misses one. Yes, I need to do one more. I need to do one more, boys. So let's pick you, for example, here. 88. Run you down. Run you down. Good stuff. We'll do one more on this side as well. So we need that sweet 88. Oh, that would do me. Now, the way we set up public transport should also kind of mean as well at the same time that it should be pretty efficient in terms of nobody wants to drive anywhere, but because the cities aren't connected via road, they technically can't drive anywhere anyway. Now, that's another thing we got to think about, because that also kind of goes towards our private transport areas. It has an effect on those. So we have to kind of consider that as well. Oh, hello, hello. There we go. Right, delete these because they're going to be hindering me as I build across first. And then straight down this way. And then you. I'm just going to extend the ones that have the buses on, because they need to go a little bit further. Yeah, they need to go a little bit further. Right. Okay. Now, do I need to change the ones that go the opposite way as well? So let me just do it. Let me just do the one side first is what I'm trying to accomplish. Oh, I just realized I've got, because I'm moving them, I've actually built the wrong roads. So that's going in by one, so that's also got to go up there. That should be fine, but I'll extend it a bit more. And that's going to go into here, so I'll extend that to there. Right, okay, so buses. We need the bus and tram stop there. And let me first replicate what is going on there. So moving these in by one. Right. So then I have 1, 2, and then that one goes there. So this one goes here. Right. So that goes to there. The next one is here. Right, this is quite complicated, but Alright, okay, there we go. I thought I messed it up then for a second. Next one here. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Next one here. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. And then there. And then this will be here on this one. Which will leave it there for now. Right, so that now replaces that. So I'll have to get those lines in just a moment. So we'll be deleting the one in the center. And then that is technically line 7. Right. So rather than rejigging line 7, I'm actually going to now delete those lines. So we've got lines 7, 6, 8, and 5. Yeah, 5 to 8. So, oh, there's vehicles on the line. That is true. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we'll get rid. Okay. And then we'll delete the lines. Oh, am I deleting the blue and the... Hold on. We're deleting the red. I know that. And we're deleting the green. Okay, and we'll come back to that. So let me just now delete the stations. Or the stops. So that's gone. Right. I'm trying to process in my brain right now. I feel like they're actually perfectly spaced. And then there's 1, 2, 3. If I did a 1, 2, 3, it would go there. Or alternatively, I could run one going alongside there. So I think those ones going down are spaced okay. But one gets caught up here and can't extend. So I might... If I move that to there and then that to there... Because I've moved these in, that compensates for the center, because that one's going to come down by 1 as well. Actually, no, it's not. Because I've got to move that in by 1, but that's not centered. But it doesn't matter, because it's slightly staggered. The whole city is slightly staggered. Because that's now 1, 2 blocks. That'll be 1, 2 blocks, but that's there. And our center point's there. My brain hurts doing math. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's because there's 7. That's right. It will be off-centered by 1. Guys, my brain really hurts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've done it wrong. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Now I see where I've gone wrong. That needed to be over these 2. Do you ever think, like, you know, you ever thought yourself like you knew it was going right and it was going so wrong? It was going so right, but yet so wrong, boys. So wrong. Now it makes sense why it looks off-centered. Now it makes sense. Right. Let me fix those positionings. Right, I've now done it. I've actually came up with an ingenious idea. What I did is just extend the station. Made it on these sides just a tad bit longer so they fill up 3 tiles. So there's 3 here and the 4th is the bend, but in this one it's 2 and the 3rd is the bend, but we still get the same angle of bend. It will be completely fine. And then what I've done is I've now repositioned the cargo station, and I've realized it needed to be pushed 1 tile more to the left, which then enabled me to get this road in here. And you can now see I have so many bus stops, right? But there's method in this madness. Now, what we've theoretically got here, boys, is we've got, I don't know what's the best way to kind of view this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 going left to right, and 1, 2, 3, 4 going up and down evenly spaced. So buses have maximized the coverage and the movement, and there's multiple routes that can go in multiple directions to multiple stations. It's actually pretty sweet. Now, getting this to work is going to be even more shocking. So what we'll do is we'll see how much of this we can actually technically get done. Now, I've got to delete what lines did previously exist. So, line 6 and line 8 now need to be deleted. So 6 and 8 are now gone. And then start again with a new line. And then we'll get right into here. So you can theoretically see how this is going to ultimately work. So if I make this red and then bring this all the way up, just to make sure, because we had these issues last time I tried to build these bus routes, that they were picking the wrong side. All right, keep it going, and then that then turns around, and I've got it to make it stop at the same side, because eventually it will extend. Now, this going down shouldn't be any issues on this one by the looks of it. But it is deciding to turn and go around because it's trying to head all the way down there. So if I make it then stop here, that's running in a straight line. And then obviously to here, it turns around. So that is one line done. Another new line. And we start here, and I'll also make this one red, so it becomes easier to distinguish up and down and left and right. So theoretically, this should now all go to plan. And I don't think, and I shouldn't now expect there to be any issues. So now heading back. Fairly easy to get done. Bam, 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 bam. And the final one there. Right. That is 2 up and downs now done. Let me get the additional final 2 up and downs in. So make it red. Right, I think zooming out messes you up. So if I zoom in, no, even zooming in doesn't really do anything for you. Right, that one worked. That worked. Right, we're all good. We're all good at the minute, boys. Spin it right round. And providing the line doesn't change any ridiculousness, we should be all okay. Nice. Right, one more in. You can see how they're now coming together, going up and down. And you can see how it's like evenly spread and distributed. This is OCD to another level. But like I said, I've got to build it unconventionally to how you would normally build a normal city. For the sake of being able to maximize the coverage and the connections to maximize the percentage boost that we get. Why is this doing it wrong in every single one? Wow, this one's not playing ball today, is it? This one's not playing ball. Right, turn it round. And theoretically, it should all be okay. So keep it going. La-di-da-di-da. Right, that's all done for the up and downs, or left and right, depending on how we view it. Depending on how we view it, okay? So that's 4 routes. If I get the passenger buses now, and we go for the electric ones, that's fine. And say we get 2 on each route, so I need 8. So 1, 2 goes on line 5. 1, 2 goes on line 6. 1, 2 goes on line 7. 1, 2 goes on line 8. Right, that's them routes they're set up, but they don't make much sense to the wider network until we've got the ones going in the opposite direction. So for these ones, we will do another new line, and we'll colour these yellow. And already wrong side. And go up. So these, just like the ones going left to right, they maximize the coverage spread over the city, and they also complement the stations because some of these lines run alongside stations, which makes connectivity so much more easier. You can see this one here runs alongside to here, and then finally to there. So you can see how it crosses all 4 routes and a station. Each line is doing that, ultimately, almost. But if you want to get to anywhere, you are no more than 2 buses away because you hop on one bus to then go down the line. So if you were here and wanted to go to there, you would hop on the bus there, switch, and you're there. So you're only switching at max 1 time on the buses. You know what I mean? So it's over-engineered, this. It really is over-engineered. Right, so number 2. So keep this going right now. And you're on the wrong side. So glorious, glorious, glorious. We're now up to here. Wrong side. To there. To there. And then to here. Going back down. And this should be fairly simple. So now we've got this planned out. This was the hard bit of all of this, is getting this planned out. We now have a system that we can technically stick to. Hopefully. And it should be easy to expand on it, because all it takes is me to add an extra set of stops on the next road moving over, and then adjust and add those, you know, stops on the line. That's how easy, theoretically, it should become to adjust it. You just add another 2 stops there and add it to the line. Theoretically, anyway. Easier said than done, right, guys? Easier said than done. And then we just add more lines as we go along. Now, if they do become, like, super busy, I can always switch these out for trams. Right? I can always switch these out for trams if they become super busy. So there's always that kind of capacity upgrade that we kind of have within our back pocket. Right. Last one. Please don't be a fool. Please be easy. Please don't make me have to kind of switch stations multiple times. No. This one is playing ball. This one is playing ball, boys. There, and then to there. And then finally to there, and then we're done. Right. Buy the buses for them. So we need to buy these E-Citaros. We're going to buy 8 of these. You want 10. You want 11. You want 12. You want 13. So, Foolstown now has this deep-rooted system. This deep-rooted connection. Which is glorious. Now, the spacing's different shapes on sides because some stations are now longer than the others, but it still works at heart, okay? It still theoretically now works at heart. That gives us a mass coverage and one connection leading to another city. So as of right now, this is where we're at. The destination number has dropped, but it's now climbing back as we've now got the buses back in. We had over 1,000. I got rid of the bus stations. I lost it. But this is now maximizing our coverage, and that number is also going to slowly increase as time goes on. So in terms of charts, we kind of stunted the growth by deleting the bus stations. But theoretically, we've now brought the growth back. And it will slowly keep increasing. It will slowly keep increasing. We have a little fast forward anyway, as quick as we can. And it's just going to keep growing, growing, and growing. So I'm already seeing people at bus stops. Now that we've got the other bus routes up and running, it should evenly then spread out the amount of passengers we're seeing. I'm not saying that this line's going to make money, but it's already making money, which is crazy to me. So what does next episode have in store for us? Well, there's a couple of options we can kind of go through right now. I don't think it's wise to build the inner loop just yet. I don't think it's wise to do that at all yet until I've got at least one city in each direction connected to these individual stations. Then it makes sense to kind of build the loop as they want to transition from line to line. Then it makes sense. But until then, not so much just yet. Not so much just yet. So we'll probably add more cities to Foolstown to connect to it. We've now got this up to 50+% right there. The number's still increasing, and we're now deciding to continue to grow. So we've set up the bases of this pretty damn sweet. We really have. It's now just sticking to what we're doing and maximizing its growth, its potential, and just seeing how far we can actually push Foolstown. This is going to be interesting. So are we over 1,000? We're not far off. That's now plus 60. And that number is going to keep on going. I wonder what it's going to bottom out at until we can't push it anymore in its current position. Who knows? Transport supply numbers are looking pretty juicy at the same time as well. Guys, we are going to end it here. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.